Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for this coronavirus headquarters update. I'm Tyler Jobe. A budget reduction plan is to be discussed at a special Common Council meeting on Thursday, which lists a nearly $4.5 million revenue shortfall, which is 6.5% of its city budget. To make up for that, the city's executive budget team plans to go before the council with the following plan: a hiring freeze to save the city a little over $560,000, and a healthcare premium holiday would save $750,000. A big chunk, the city's departments would see $2.5 million of cuts. In the cuts listed in the memo, $525,000 would be cut from the La Crosse Public Library's budget, and $500,000 would be cut from each of the Parks and Rec and Streets departments. $400,000 would also be cut from the La Crosse Center budget. The La Crosse Police and Fire Department would feel the pinch too. Both departments are facing $100,000 reductions. Over 15,800 people have tested positive for the coronavirus in Wisconsin, and 517 people have died. 9,400 people have now recovered from the virus. No new cases are being reported in La Crosse County, and 8 new cases are being reported in Eau Claire County. Without a stay-at-home order, several area churches are aiming to reopen for in-person worship services again. Mary Mother of the Church is hoping to reopen this weekend, but it will be capped at 25% capacity. Every third pew will be open for seating with social distancing. Greeters will wear masks and gloves, and no one can drink from the wine cup. Some are saying it's too concerning right now, though, and are taking a wait-and-see approach.
We have a lot of people in our congregation who would be considered at risk because of age or because of underlying conditions. And we just felt maybe that'd be rushing it if we started May 31st. And so our decision was to kind of wait and see for a couple of weeks.
News 8 Now also contacted Living Word Christian Church, and in-person services will resume there this upcoming Sunday. In Minnesota, nearly 22,500 people have tested positive for the coronavirus, and 932 people have died, but more than 16,300 people have recovered. The Winona County Fair will not be held this year. The board met last night to review the Minnesota Stay Safe Plan issued by Governor Tim Walz last week. The decision to cancel was made due to the small possibility that large public gatherings would be allowed by July 8th, which was the scheduled first day of the fair. The fair is set to return in 2021. The city of Winona is allowing garage sales again as long as sellers follow certain guidelines. Sales must be outdoors or with an open garage door. No sales inside homes or buildings are allowed, and sales must be limited to fewer than 10 customers at one time, and physical distancing is encouraged. City officials also encourage the use of non-contact payment options when available. Moving to cases in Iowa, almost 18,300 people have tested positive and over 9,900 have recovered. 488 people have died in the state. Something in your blood can be used to save lives during the pandemic. Mayo Clinic Health System is urging people to donate plasma if they've tested positive for COVID-19. People who have recovered from COVID-19 carry antibodies that can help those who currently have the virus. If you haven't had symptoms or only a few symptoms of the disease, Mayo Clinic suggests getting tested to hopefully save lives.
This is a very limited resource we have right now, and as numbers rise, including asymptomatic patients, we can get that donor pool positive. We can create a surplus of that to fight this when the second wave hits.
If you get a positive test and don't show symptoms for 14 days, head to thefightisinus.org to find a donation location. Even if you haven't been exposed to the virus, your blood can still save lives, and as hospitals begin to treat more people, they're finding a shortage of blood supply. Hospitals are seeing blood shortages due to fewer donations around the state during the early stages of the pandemic, and while the blood supply went down, the demand for it is increasing heading into the summer months. To help fill that need, blood drives are taking place throughout the state and will be done safely to limit the spread of COVID-19.
The risk is low, but the need is very high in our community and across the state. So I would encourage anyone who has the ability and the willingness to donate blood to please do it now. Now is the time, and please go out and support your community if you're able to.
If you're looking for a blood drive near you, head to donate.wisconsin.versatide.org for dates and times of upcoming drives. You can help a local organization after they found out about an exciting donation. Wafer is getting an additional donation of eggs this week. To get those eggs to people in need, they are scrambling for egg cartons. About 600 cartons are needed. The cartons can be delivered to the front door of their building just north of downtown La Crosse. Thank you so much for joining us for this coronavirus update. We hope you can join us tonight at 5, 6, and 10.